What's up, YouTube? We're back in the still standing garage. Time to start working on the passenger side. I gotta lay some guide coat here before I start blocking it. So I'm gonna start blocking it, but when I sprayed this primer, I sprayed it with the wrong PSI. So it's a little rough, so I gotta see how I'm gonna be able to sand it or how it's gonna sand. I was trying to clean it right now with this rag here, but it gets stuck. That's how rough it is. So you can hear that. Hopefully that doesn't bother anybody's ears, but I'm gonna spray some of that guide coat right now and start getting to this. Let's go. Alright, so I'm gonna start hitting it with 120 grit using the X pattern here. Let's start shaping. Found a couple of spots already that I need to take care of. There's one right there. I'm not sure if the camera will pick it up, but there's one here, and then there's another one right here. So I'm gonna have to scuff it up a little bit more, and then I'm gonna hit some glaze on there. But so far that's what it is. Right here, this is all epoxy. This is epoxy here, epoxy here. One thing is that I am learning how to be more gentle. I should say with the sandpaper, like for example this one, the round bar. When I was doing round pieces like this or round areas like that, I would always like dig really hard, and that would actually make a nice little radius in there, or not nice but really bad radius there, and then it wouldn't look good. So now I'm learning how to be more gentle with it and be able to actually shape it instead of digging into it. So now the area that's concerning me the most right now, it's going to be this area here, because when I laid down the epoxy, so when I sprayed it, it looked really like it looked too deep here, and that's what I'm talking about, that round bar. I did use a round bar here to shape it, but I think I was digging so hard in here that the filler that's here, I went too far. And after looking at the driver's side, on the other side, it looked a lot cleaner, the transitions a lot better, like it kind of pops up. Like it goes from here and then it goes straight up instead of going down and then like a radius like that. And that's what it is right now. What I may end up doing is I'm just gonna keep blocking this and taking this down, and then I am gonna scuff this all the way down to the bodywork or the body filler that's already down there. And I'm gonna lay some more body filler. I'm gonna lay like a skim coat here so I can transition it, go with the block this way. And then I'm already blocking down here, as you can see. I lined up the door really nice, and so now when I'm blocking, it's blocking even. So I'm really liking that right there. So I'm gonna keep going. It's a process, but yeah, but I'm really liking this side. I thought I was gonna have a bigger problem than the driver's side, but now looking at it, now that I'm tackling it here, I think I'll be all right. Just keep going. Let's go. spoke too soon when I said that it wasn't going to be a lot of work over here on this side. So here we are. I have a high spot here and there's a low spot here. Yeah, you can see that on the camera. There's a low spot here. So I'm going to hammer that in a little bit and make sure it goes down. And then I'm going to lay some body filler here. And then here I have another low spot. The guide code stayed under, that means it's a low spot. And I have a couple little areas here. I think I could take care of that with some glaze, or I'll just, since I'm already going to be here with the body filler, I'm just going to spread a little bit right there. And then another thing here, of course, we already knew this one was here. So what I ended up doing is I went to go measure the driver's side to see how long this line actually goes before it starts fading away, and it's about 6 inches. So I did measure, but I decided to put the tape all the way here, all the way down here, so that way I could start hitting it and see how I could establish that body line there. And I'm gonna continue sanding this down and bringing it down to the body filler that's under here, so that way I can lay another skim coat here, so that way I get rid of this deep radius here. So I'm gonna remove the tape right now and see what that body line looks like. It doesn't look bad at all. It actually looks pretty good. Right there it looks like it's kicking out, but it's not. It's just the what is it called, the epoxy that's under there. But it looks pretty good. I'm gonna have to sand it here, measure out around 6 inches, and then I'm gonna go ahead and dull out the line that's here after the 6 inches. And because that line is not really sharp, it's a body line, but it's not super sharp. So from looking at the driver's side, so I should be able to shape that up a little bit better. Hopefully, you know, we'll see how that goes. But I'm gonna scuff this up with 120. I'll probably go to 80 grit, so I could go down to the body filler that's there, and I'm gonna spread out some body filler here and reshape that all over again and see how it turns out. So I'm gonna go ahead and hammer that in and then start getting these areas ready for some more body filler and keep it moving. So I already scuffed this up all the way down to the epoxy. After looking at the tech sheet, I could actually lay body filler over the epoxy as long as it's scuffed up, so I'm good to go here. I am gonna lay some tape here, a double layer of tape there, and then lay the body filler from this area here all the way up here, and then shape that up. And then I already scuffed this up down to the metal on this one. It was a lot easier to do it here down to metal compared to there. The reason I left most of the epoxy there is because there is body filler already under there, and here there's no body filler here, so that's why I went down to metal here. The spot is right here, so I'm gonna lay some body filler here, some lightweight there. And then the other areas, like these areas that I'm gonna do with glaze, I did scuff them up in a circular motion, because with the guide coat, once you remove it and you sand it down, the glaze could actually be applied on top of the body filler. I mean, I'm sorry, the primer. So the reason I did it in a circular motion is because once the guide coat is gone, you're not gonna be able to see where it's at. So that's why I did it in a circular motion, so I could identify where they're at and put the glaze there. Same thing over here. I'm gonna use glaze. I was planning on using body filler here, but I'm gonna use glaze. I think with the glaze I should be all right. Same thing with this spot here. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna spread those out right now. One concern that I do have is, since this area here, it's shaped pretty much to the door. So, well, damn, the door didn't close right. Oh, there it goes. So, see how the door, the transition is, it's real smooth. It's like perfect. If you look down the body, the side, and there's no, like, it's not sticking out, the door's not sticking out, or the body's not sticking out. So what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna apply the body filler here with the door open, so that way it's gonna be a skim coat and it's gonna be a little bit higher than this, and then I'm gonna close the door and then I'm gonna hit it. I'm gonna try that out. We'll see how that works out, and if it doesn't work out, then that means I'm gonna have to work on the door some more. But it is what it is. It's moving. Like always, let's go. decided to just put tape on the door and then lay the body filler over it. I know I was planning on doing it with the door open, but I'm not gonna do that. I decided to do it this way. See how it works. I'm gonna find out. Tape's already on there, it's ready to go to establish that body line. The good thing is that the top of right here, it was all metal. There was no body filler there, so I was able to find the actual body line and find that angle that it's actually at to be able to put that tape on there and follow it through. So we'll see how this turns out. So that's very nasty. It just started kicking really quick. I should have just stopped spreading, but it looks nasty. I'm gonna hit it with 40 grit before it completely cures, but that is disgusting. That's really bad. I think that's the worst I've ever done. My goodness, but it is what it is. I'm gonna block it with 40 grit and then go from there. I'm not gonna remove the tape yet until I start sanding here. But yeah, it already kicked. That looks nasty right there. It's a big blob there. I'm gonna take it off though. It's not completely cured yet, but I'm gonna hit it with 40 grit to get rid of my nasty work here. So there it is. It hit it with 40. It looks a lot better. Cleaned up my mess. I did rip off part of the tape, but now I'm just gonna let it completely cure, completely dry up, and then once I sand it with 80 grit, I'm gonna hit it with 80 grit. Then I'll remove the tape. Then I am planning, after I remove this tape, I'm gonna put tape on this line or on this side of the line, and then lay a little bit more body filler here, so I could refine that line that's there. Feels a lot better now. That radius, that long or deep radius that was there, is not there anymore. We'll see how it goes. All right, let's remove the tape. See how it turns out. This is my first time doing it on a body line like that. I did do the hard top like this, but I removed the tape as soon as I laid the filler. But on this one, I let it dry, so just cross our fingers, make sure that, or hope that it turned out nice. Ooh. I mean, it looks good. Like the line is straight. Yeah, it looks pretty straight, as in going this way. At that angle that it's going, it is going pretty straight from top to bottom. So it looks pretty good. I am gonna lay another body filler or more body filler on this side, so that way I could refine the line. But it looks good. I don't feel or see that radius as much anymore. And let me show you how much of filler is actually on there. Hopefully you could tell by the video, but it's about 1/16 of an inch thick, which in my opinion is not that bad, because I don't want to build this whole car up of filler. Just want to shape it up to where it's straight. So, oh, I'm over here falling. Son of a mother of God. Okay, so I'm going to lay the tape. I'm going to scuff it up just a little bit more. Or should I? I don't know if I should scuff it up at all. I don't think so. I'm gonna lay the tape on this side of the body line, and then put some more there, and then we should be okay. And then sand that side too. Pretty much the same thing I did on this side, but flip it over and do it on that side. it looks good to me. I'm hoping that it turns out good after I lay some primer, but we'll see. Let's go. Yeah, so I'm gonna let that dry. See how that turns out, how that body line turns out. I just want it to look nice. Obviously, that's the point of this, to make it look nice and make it look nice and straight and make that line pop how it's supposed to, you know, from the factory. You know, I don't know if any of you guys are driving around and you see this car pass by you and you're just like, yeah, you could tell that car has some body work done to it. It doesn't look natural. It just doesn't look right. That's not what I want for this, obviously, but yeah, I don't want it to be nasty at all. I mean, if it's noticeable but it's not that bad, I'm okay with it. But you know, we got to try our best. And then here, if you guys saw in the video, I used a blade to remove the extra filler that went inside of there. So I removed it as it was still kind of drying. I removed it and that made it a lot easier with the blade. So let's wait for this to dry. The moment of truth. Let's see how it turns out. Let's remove the tape. Hope for the best. It looks good. I just feel that it's not sharp enough. Like, I mean, it's too sharp. It's not like dull. Let me see if I can shape it up some more. It feels a lot better, but obviously you can still feel the tape line. Let me see what I could do here. Everything's already sanded on this quarter panel. It's ready to go. I'm happy with that. I end up refining that body line after I primer it again, lay some more tape, and then shape it up some more or sharpen it up a little bit more. But I am liking how it's turning out. But this quarter panel's done. I'm gonna end the video here. The intention of this video was actually to block the whole passenger side because I already did the driver's side. That was the intention of this video here, but you know, this is the Monte that keeps on giving, so that's what I'm gonna name this video. Obviously it's already gonna be on there, so you already know that. But yeah, so I'm gonna end this here. Stay tuned for those videos. I'm gonna continue going on the rest of it. Hopefully I don't find anything else on there, but we'll see. That's the whole point of doing this. Let's find some mistakes and fix them, and let's go from there before we paint it, because we don't want to paint it and have a wavy car, have a shit box for a car. So let's go. Stay tuned, subscribe, hit that like.